Yo, real quick before we start. This is the Casual Nerds Podcast. We're two regular guys with big opinions, questionable research, and jokes that occasionally cross a line. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We're just here to have a good time. So kick back, relax, and remember, if you take us too seriously, that's on you, nerd.
All right.
And here we go.
Did these guys do any research?
Who the hell do they think they are? Welcome to Casual Nerds.
Everyone, welcome to episode 277 of Casual Nerds. As always, you know me.
What's up, what?
And while nobody else is here, except for my boy Rocco, we still want you to
Make sure you check it out, homie.
make sure you check it out, homie. Yeah, so for this week, we're a little less casual.
Yeah, maybe
A little more casual. A little more nerdy, less casual because of you.
Okay.
As you can see, for those of you watching live, he puts the nerd in Casual Nerds.
I try. It's something I strive for. It's also on my resume.
Good to have you around, bud.
Dude, glad to be here, man. It's been like way too long.
I know it's been a minute. Johnny couldn't make it last minute. He had some stuff to do with the family, as usual, as per usual. Whenever we can't make it, it's either one of us has something going on with the family, but that's all right. We're gonna keep the show going because I have my buddy Rocco joining us today. So, but again, I appreciate you coming through. It has been a really long time. I think last time you joined us from your house or something.
It might have been a remote kind of session, just
Sure,
with,
yeah.
dude, life, children, family, house is too much, but I'm happy to be in studio today.
Oh,
I'm
thanks for coming
pumped to
through.
be here.
Yeah, it was. I know we're used to it being a little more comfortable in here, but things have changed around just a little bit. It's less studio-ish,
Yeah.
more production looking. But at some point, I'll have another studio setting around.
I like it. It's no pressure, you know.
Yeah.
Like you got the printers here, the what are they called? 3D printers.
Yeah,
And I just, you know, I feel like we're in a small sweatshop in Malaysia or something. But, you know, I feel very comfortable there for some reason.
it's probably because the Hispanic kid is making shit. Right?
You had to go there.
Yep.
I said Malaysian.
which is why he demanded that I make him free stuff. If you're looking at him,
Yeah.
he demanded that I make that for him. So
I said I wasn't going to appear today. This was on my rider.
this is what he says, but really what he did was he came in and he was like, "Give me that shit, fucker," and I gave it to him. So
Yeah.
because that's how people ask. Anyway,
That's what happened.
all right, enough of the corny jokes. That's just what we do. All right, cool. But yeah, I mean, you're gonna give me a little bit of information on some of this stuff because obviously we always talk entertainment.
Yes, we do.
You know more of the comic book side of stuff, so I'm pretty sure we'll come up with a few questions that have to do
Yeah.
with that side of things we're looking forward to. Maybe you can share some insight on some stuff that you've actually watched, because I know I saw a few things as of late that have been great. Content has been coming out this year so far.
2026 is supposed to be huge for movies, television. There's going to be like so much like
Yeah,
coming out this
I'm
year.
looking forward to it.
Oh my God.
The when does Spider-Man come out? Is that this? No, that's before. It's between, right?
Yeah, it's going to be before Doomsday. Was that this summer?
wait, yeah.
I feel like it was that this summer because Doomsday is going to be in December.
Mm-hmm.
And Dune, did you see that RDJ and
Yeah, Doomsday. They're trying to get
Doomsday?
that. Let me tell you, although I enjoy the enthusiasm in that, given the runtime that we know that Dune is going to be, that shit is always so damn
Yeah.
long. And then the rumored runtime of over like 3 hours and 40 minutes of Doomsday.
Yeah.
While some people are hesitant, a lot of us are like, fuck it, I'm gonna be there for 4 hours. Like,
Right.
give it to me, like, we're good. Staying there for 8 hours in a day, I'm good on that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't I guess maybe I'm in the minority where I don't really care about Dune.
Yeah, no,
I don't care. Like, and I know people are like, oh my god, greatest movies ever, and they're good. And I know I'm a big Star Wars fan. People are like, oh my god, like it came out before Star Wars, and Star Wars is heavily influenced by Dune. Yes, I know, but like sometimes Dune is like I've watched the first two movies. They were great movies. I'm not going to sit here and say they were like shitty movies because that would be untrue. But I found myself being bored at times throughout both the movies.
I saw the first one. I have yet to see the second.
I watched it because I knew it was going to be high quality cinema, and it was. Maybe it's just not entirely my thing.
Sure.
That's fine. I don't,
That's all right. Yeah. I know Johnny's a big Denis Villeneuve fan.
Yeah. He bottles his farts and smells them. Like I feel like that's the vibe I get from him.
He really does enjoy his movies, but to me they're like really cinematic, really beautiful, but really drawn out, and I haven't seen the second Dune. I keep hearing that it's a great movie, but I keep forgetting to go back to it when I do actually because there's so much content out. So I keep forgetting to go watch that for some odd reason. I'm going to get to it. I promise you. But especially if I buy into this doomsday thing that they're trying to make, but
I'm telling you, man, if there's going to be some kind of Marvel event, like I did the DC fan thing for when the Batman came out, where it was like 2 days early, and like they gave a whole speech on having our phones out like during the movie. Like if we see a phone, we're tearing you out of the theater.
Sure.
And like we all got a comic book at the end, and like if Doomsday is going to do something like that, I will be there.
I'm pretty sure they might. We'll have a little bit more information but it seems like they're pulling out all the stops for this. So
I got to tell you, those teasers, they brought me back, and in the Russo brothers, I trust.
Yeah, no, I mean that was my take from the beginning, because the second that they brought the Russo brothers back, I knew that they were going to do all of the same things that they did for the other Avengers movies. The one thing that they did well, because a lot of people still give them crap about the movies that they released since the Avengers, and where they weren't bad, but I have a certain expectation when it comes to movies in a theater versus movies on streaming, and their whole deal with Netflix and releasing those movies via streaming. I kind of already had some sort of like a lower expectation when it came to
like a straight to DVD vibe.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the landscape now, and which what you're getting into, and a lot of those movies, granted, it's exactly that. Like when you watch a movie on Netflix that premieres on Netflix, you give it more grace than you would going to the theater. And even though the movies aren't like spectacular, for instance, I forget what it's called because I always get it confused with his other series on there, but Chris Pratt's, because he's on the Terminal List. That was a Prime one, but he had a movie that came out around the same time.
And he's about to redo Minority Report. Did you notice that new Mercy? Chris Pratt is doing a movie called Mercy. I watched the trailer and was like, so Minority Report with Tom Cruise.
Correct.
Because this is the same movie. And I don't want to hear you're wrong. It's Minority Report. Sure. Like, why are you doing this, Chris Pratt?
I mean, Chris Pratt,
he's so
not to derail the first thing that we're talking, because we'll get back to that, honestly. But with the movie that I'm talking about that he came out in, it was a Prime original,
right?
And a lot of people praised it. It was a decent movie. It was a good movie. But the CGI to me was terrible. Mm-hmm. It was terrible. But
that people were praising out of a movie.
Well, people were just praising it, but it's like the expectation of a movie,
right,
is really, dumbed down when it's a straight to streaming movie.
Right.
People are way more accepting of less quality content when it comes to that. So the Russos, when they came out with their movies because like they're getting shit for Electric City, I think it was called.
Yeah, Electric City, I heard was not good, but they did
It
one.
wasn't bad.
They did one.
It just
Chris
wasn't-
Evans.
What it is well, they did a few because they did Cherry with Apple TV,
Right,
and that
right.
was the movie with Tom Holland.
Yep.
They did Gray Man, which
That's it. The
a lot
Gray
of
Man.
people, a lot of people really love
That was what I call action pornography,
yeah,
where it was just flat out action, and it was good action.
it
Like
was very good. At
that was fun to watch. Like I had fun watching it. There was no substance, not a lot of substance to it,
yeah,
but it's like movie candy.
yeah,
You know, like it hits that sweet tooth, and you're like, okay, like I could get drunk and watch this.
sure, and that's exactly what it is. Because like in for those type of movies, the story is never great.
No, and it didn't need to be for what that was.
Sure,
But the Russo brothers, they understand these comics. And like with Doomsday, it's a villain we have not really seen on screen. They tried to do Doom in the first Fantastic Four movies, if you remember.
I do, yeah.
And that dude from Nip Tuck,
Yeah,
he tried.
rest in peace to him.
Yes, rest in peace to him, of course. He tried, but the thing is RDJ played Iron Man, which is a character with an incredible ego,
Sure,
and Doom is another character with an incredible ego.
I mean RDJ plays those roles very
Right.
well.
And just for those of you that are casuals and thinking about Thanos in the comics, and I'll keep this very brief, Thanos stepped to Doom, and Doom reached through his chest physically and ripped out Thanos' spine with his skull still attached to it, dropped it and cackled and walked away. So just to kind of give you an idea of the power level of this character, I mean, he did that to Thanos.
Yeah,
So this is something the Avengers, movie-wise, have never experienced before.
yeah, and we keep a lot of people are speculating that he's probably going to do that in live action. But we were talking last time. I don't think I want to see that. I don't want to see Thanos die again. We've seen Thanos die over and over again, multiple ways throughout the MCU, and I think it's at this point it's just cheesy. So hopefully that's not what happens this time. But whatever. Even if we see it though, we'll still enjoy it. I'm really looking forward to Doomsday.
Oh
So-
my God.
I'm thinking that it's going to be amazing. They have to do it because this is what's going to reset the timeline, and they have to end all of this on a banger.
They're going to have to. They're going to have to. And I mean, there's the possibility of Battle World, where he creates a world made of different universes,
Yeah,
and forces everyone to fight each other to the death, which would then like wipe out the Fox, like X-Men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yep.
allow that to really restart or reboot. But I don't know. I mean, everything is speculation. The thing about comic books is that there's so many stories, there's so many storylines, and they haven't really given much information as to exactly what the storyline is. And personally, comic book wise, I just really got into Doctor Doom. I just read, for those of you that maybe read comics, One World Under Doom just completed. Probably one of the greatest Marvel events I've ever read. But Doctor Doom pretty much dupes Doctor Strange into becoming Sorcerer Supreme.
nice.
And it takes you through that entire situation of Doctor Doom being Sorcerer Supreme. It's very, very interesting, and I suggest reading it if you have not.
Yeah, if you're as nerdy as Rocco, please check out that comic book. Now, I mean, I always say it, but I never get to them. Send me a list of those because I really do want to get into reading a few. Definitely the Ultimate stuff. What was the? I forget which one's which.
That's
which one's
okay.
the Marvel, which one's the DC?
So there's Ultimate Spider-Man, which is ending soon. The final number 25 will be dropping, I want to say this month or next month, for sure. And then Absolute Batman
Absolutely
is powering right along. That's going to be an ongoing where Ultimate Spider-Man is ending and will probably get picked up again. because everyone loves that story. Absolute Batman is becoming an ongoing. It's not becoming, it is an ongoing, and it's just going to keep going. There's no like end book in sight. And they just dropped Absolute Joker. And if you're a fan of Joker, this is a retelling of the Joker story that I didn't know I ever needed.
Okay.
I was just like, wow, they really wow, this is pretty crazy. Love it or hate it. I mean, It's a wild idea.
Okay. I'm down for that. Because I collect a lot of Joker stuff, and I have read a lot of the Joker-esque comics. So I'll probably really get into that. They just dropped that, you said, right?
Yeah. So
How many will be in that run?
For Absolute Joker.
It's just going to be ongoing too.
So Absolute Batman's going to be ongoing. They've been releasing like absolute versions of the villains slowly.
Mm-hmm.
Like we got Bane, we got Croc. So far we're big ones. And then we had Black Mask was the first one. That was so it was Absolute Black Mask, and then Joker just dropped. They're about to bring in Poison Ivy as well.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, Joker's going to be ongoing. Like they started that story, and I'll put it this way, Joker with kind of a feeling of Ra's al Ghul.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like it's almost like they're kind of blending those characters.
Okay.
In a way, but you have to read it to kind of understand what I'm saying. I don't want to spoil it for you people.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna check it out.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Yeah, I'll have to grab that. I have to make my way to a comic book store.
I got a great one. I'm telling you, the one I go to. Can I say their name? Is that all right with you?
That's fine.
First Print Comics. I mean, if you're in the Rochester area, you should go down to First Print Comics and you should check them out. I've been going to them for years, and you deal with the owner, and dude knows what he's talking about, and he'll order you anything.
Okay.
And the prices, you can't beat his price, period. There's no possible way you could beat his prices. So check out First Print Comics.
Okay. There you go. So Rocco sucked them off just before.
That's how I got a free pull bag this week.
So, yeah. You did that too effortlessly.
Yes, I did.
Let's see. What do we have to talk about? Oh yeah, no. But actually, before we do that, Chris Pratt. Yeah, Chris Pratt. To me, honestly, I think Chris Pratt honestly is a good he's a decent actor. He knows his range.
He's very funny.
He's very funny.
Very funny.
And he is he does well in his action roles, because in the Terminal List, because I did see the Dark Wolf, I think it was called, he plays a darker role in that. And I do enjoy him, but I think he's another one of those guys that he takes on whatever, as long as he's cool with the director, he'll just like, yeah, I'll do it.
For real. Did you watch Parks and Rec?
No.
So that's my introduction to Chris Pratt, when he was like a funny fat guy.
Yep.
And he, to this day, I think has the best sitcom blooper ever that I've just seen on the internet a million times. My wife always dies laughing. And they did the scene, and Aubrey Plaza, the whole cast was laughing so hard that like they couldn't even continue. They were the character Leslie Knope, played by Amy Poehler. She's like having a meeting with the Parks and Rec crew, and she's like, we have to have a comeback. We have to have a good comeback story. I'm paraphrasing, of course. Sure. And she's like, everybody loves a good comeback story. And he's just sitting there like he's not paying attention during the meeting. He goes like Kim Kardashian. And she goes, comeback story? What are you talking about? Yeah, in that video, she got cum on her back. And like they had to cut, and everyone like was screaming laughing, but because he was like playing with his fingers and like not paying attention to the meeting, and the way he just, in that video she got cum on her back. Like it's the funniest blooper I've ever seen in a sitcom, and it's Chris Pratt. And I like, he got all muscular, he got all like built to do Marvel. And I mean, I like the guy. I think he's likable.
Sure.
I mean, obviously there's all that stuff about his church. I don't know if you heard about all that.
I mean, I don't really. I think he's one of the guys that, yes, he's into the church and everything. And every time there's a little bit of controversy, he does the smart thing and he shuts the fuck up.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. That you're exactly right. He doesn't double down. He just doesn't say anything, and he just kind of moves on. You know what? That's really smart. I know, like, the problem is his church hates gay people. But again, I mean, I don't know if that's his view because he's never actually said anything about it. So I can't really say, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like,
sure.
but he does belong to that church. So I'm going to leave it there.
He does what?
He does belong to that church.
To that church.
So I'm going to leave it there.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm trying not to cancel everyone because everyone has something to be canceled over.
Some people should be canceled. There are some people that should be canceled. Like Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I
mean, like, you know, but like, you know, some of the stuff, it's too much.
Yeah, no, a lot of that stuff, yes, absolutely. But I'm just like they're trying to do way too much. So I to save myself from going nuts, I have to show some people grace and like things like that. I'm not going to cancel someone because they're a part of a church. Because I mean, if you really want to get down to it, I think and obviously it's not. I again don't want to be polarizing in any situation because that's not always the case. I'm just saying, but like, yes, in the long run, church to me has never been a place where, you know, where I really want to attend, but that's on me. That's
not my thing either.
Right. It's just not my thing. It's not my thing.
Right.
All right. Let's see. Let's get into a couple of things. So since we were talking about Netflix movies, I had an opportunity to watch The Rip.
With the boys from Boston, huh? The Massholes.
Yep. So
the original Massholes.
Yeah, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. They released a movie called The Rip on Netflix. Honestly, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good movie. It was, but if the fact that it was just like a good movie isn't enough for you, one of the best things that they did for this movie, and they said that they were able to negotiate with Netflix to get the entire crew, the cast and crew, a bonus if they met their numbers for views, which, you know, it's not guaranteed, but no one does this for cast and crew.
No, they don't.
So I don't know. I thought that was really cool.
Absolutely. And honestly, like from what I've heard, I don't know them personally,
sure,
but I've heard Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are class acts. They're great people to work with and work for. I haven't heard anything to the contrary to that. But again, I don't work in the movie industry. I've never met them before. So
no, again, and knowing you probably don't, but Johnny gives me shit all the time because I listen to Joe Rogan podcast.
Yes,
right?
you do. Why do you do that?
So with Rogan, it's always been the same thing. I don't listen to it for any kind of medical information.
Yes.
I don't listen to it for any kind of political stuff.
Good.
I've always listened to Rogan because the one place where Rogan shines is he lets these people talk.
That is very true.
He lets the people talk.
And he has great guests.
And he has amazing guests. So as I've always tuned in when it came to actors, musicians, people that I know nothing about,
because
I want to know. Yeah, because there's really there's no goal in the conversation.
Right.
Whereas, like, if you listen to a podcast, like they have like these very,
I'm trying to get here in this conversation, and Rogan's kind of like, just talk.
Yeah. Like, hey man, we're just gonna have a good time
Talk
for a
about
while.
elk.
And I told him
elk.
Yeah, and I told them I did stop listening to him when things were getting way too political, because he's just, like, especially if you listen to more and more episodes, he's just repeating himself.
Yeah.
Whether he's right or wrong, he just keeps repeating himself. And then I'm just like, all right, I need to give this a rest. But I came back as recently. Anyway, I was saying that I came back recently, started listening to him again because he's back to his normal style of content.
Right.
And then, I take whatever he has to say about, COVID and all that stuff. Whenever he brings it up, I take that with a grain of salt. It's just like, all right, man, whatever.
Right.
But whatever. But I listened to it because of that. So like I got to hear more about who Taylor Sheridan is, who a lot of these actors are. And the latest episode was Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. That's where that new clip is circulating now, where Ben Affleck is talking about AI and his thoughts on AI, and everyone's just like, "Oh my God, he knows what the fuck he's talking about."
I believe that. I believe that he doesn't come across to me as someone that's stupid. Neither of them do. A
lot of people think that out of the two, Ben Affleck is
the dumb one.
Is the dumb one.
Well,
but no, they're smart dudes.
I can see why they would think that, but I don't think so. I just saw a clip. I can't remember what it was on, but someone went down to their office because they actually have an office. And on like coming off the elevators, there's the original bat suit that Affleck wore in the oh my gosh, the series,
BVS?
Batman versus Superman. Who's that director? Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder. I'm not a Snyder guy, sorry, but anyway, on the other side, the exact opposite is the suit that Matt Damon wore in the Martian. And what Andy Weir, I think, was the character's name. That was such a great movie, The Martian.
No, Andy Weir is the writer. He's the
writer.
He's the author of the Martian.
Of The Martian. Okay. Well, either way.
I mean, it could have been his name in the movie. I can't remember.
Right, but like, I love that like their costumes are like either side.
Yeah,
of each
I mean,
other.
and they talked about it, man. They seem like real down to earth guys, and they were, they met each other in high school, and they were talking about like their friendship and their dynamics and things like that. But they seem like really genuine, good dudes. They're not stepping on each other's toes. But either way, like when it comes to movies, they've never missed with a movie when they're in it together.
No, I agree. I'm hard pressed. I mean, even Dogma with I love Dogma. My God, what a great movie that is. But no, Affleck, I feel like he could have had the potential to be a great Batman with a different director.
Yeah.
With a director that maybe knew more. Oh, someone said, I thought it was the Flash bat suit.
Yeah, it's my brother Danny.
It might have been. It might have been.
Yeah, I thought that was the blue and blue and gray one, right?
Maybe I watched the Flash once.
Yeah.
And it was like, I don't know. It wasn't that. I mean, I watched a Flash movie for Michael Keaton.
Oh, yeah. That pissed me off.
That's it.
They ruined it.
Yeah. I mean, there was such a good setup with Keaton in doing Batman Beyond. And the fact that they still haven't done that yet is such money being left on the table.
It is, yeah.
Like
I thought that's what they were gonna do. I was excited for Flashpoint, and then they ended up derailing that whole Flashpoint thing.
Yeah, Flashpoint. If you've never gotten a chance to read Flashpoint, because that is what would have happened if they did the Flash movie correctly.
Yeah, I saw the animated movie.
And another hot opinion that I've always said. If DC followed the formula of their animated movies in their live action, they'd be far more successful.
Yeah.
Those DC animated films, incredible. Not a single one is bad.
They always they're more true to the comics in the sense of it leans a little into the darkness. Because that's what I've always thought about DC that made DC shine. Is that they dig a little more into the darkness, and people, like we need that. The MCU, it's fine the way that it is, right? The lighthearted stuff.
Yeah.
It feels very comic booky on the lighter side of things.
Right.
But if we get that grittiness from DC, like that's all we need. And that's where it's always shines.
Right.
Because like, look at the Batman. The Batman, it jumps right into that darkness.
Yes.
And people love it.
Right. Exactly. And I I love the Batman, but if I start talking about the Batman, that's all we're gonna talk about.
I know. We'll talk about that the rest of the day. We got Leo says facts. DC animation fucks.
Yes, it does.
It does. And Danny says DC has better stories. Marvel's more interesting characters.
I can see that. I don't completely disagree with that. I mean, I'd say so. I've always said DC has better comics. Marvel has better movies. DC comics are wildly good.
I think really what it comes down to is there are a handful of DC characters that people know and they know them well, and that's the Justice League, right? Everyone knows them, and when I say that, it's mainly Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman.
Yep.
The rest are just like, you may know the Flash, you may know, but like they'll know the names, they don't know anything about them.
Right.
Whereas like Marvel has a bigger array of memorable
a stable of characters Marvel has.
So that's the upside.
You're absolutely right. And my comment there about the comics versus the movies, the comics are always gonna be better than the movies. Sorry if you don't.
You have more leeway to just do and create freely in the comics.
They do whatever they want, and when everything in this country is censored soon, comics will be the only thing that won't be, because nobody takes them seriously. But some of the stuff they're writing right now, very, very relevant. Very relevant. Especially, I brought up One World Under Doom. One World Under Doom is very relevant to today.
So all right, get it, brush up on your damn comics. But anyway, back to the rip. I thought it was great. If you need any more reason to watch it, I think the fact that they were that's how great of a guy, great of guys that Matt and Ben Affleck are, is that they didn't have to negotiate for raises for these peoples and bonuses if this movie does well. But they were able to, and they did. So that just goes to show. So definitely, yeah. If you don't want to support them by watching this and actually watch a good movie, then support the hardworking people behind the movie that will actually get a little bit extra to feed their families and stuff, because not every one of them are millionaires. So
no, I completely agree. I think that's a real classy move by the two of them.
Yeah. So and since we're talking about Marvel and DC, we might as well jump into the conversations that are circulating right now. One of the biggest rumors is of course, as always, right? It's Jeff Snyder from the Hot Mic podcast was going around giving the rumors, spreading the rumor that Blade as a solo movie has been completely shut down. They're not doing that, but they are still moving forward with Midnight Suns.
Now that,
which we knew was going to happen, because they said a long time ago Midnight Suns is very big on their list.
Well, if you played the game and you read the books, first of all,
we haven't.
The Midnight Suns game made by 2K out for PS5. It's turn-based. It's a turn-based fighting game. So it's like Final Fantasy, but Marvel characters.
Oh, okay.
The graphics are incredible. The story is one of the best Marvel movies I've ever watched. Like, the story of the Midnight Suns game is one of the best Marvel movies I've ever watched. I mean, like, that's how good the story was.
Sure.
And how, like, it was just incredible. But if you don't know what the Midnight Suns is, it's like all of the supernatural characters are like an Avengers group. So you got like your Doctor Strange, your Blade, your Nico Minoru, your Scarlet Witch,
Wolverine.
Wolverine's on the team, but so they add some of their like tank guys, like their bulky guys. So like Wolverine joins, Iron Man joins, but he joins more of to spite Doctor Strange.
Okay.
And their relationship, their back and forth is really hysterical, like throughout the game.
Get nerdy again.
Well, so like they're just, I am, yes. But anyway, dude, back to the whole point here. Midnight Suns as a movie, I think, would work really, really well.
Yeah.
And I'm sad to hear about Blade, and I don't understand that.
So
I don't get it.
I do. I understand, because the whole thing behind why Blade hasn't come out as of yet was because they couldn't get a story that blended well with what they're doing. Right? They were saying that initially it was supposed to be like a 1950s and 60s style movie where I forget what the premise was. But it was a 1950s, 60s style movie where and it was in that time period. I what the premise was had leaked and I forget, but a lot of that they had gone as far as making costumes, and a lot of those costumes ended up in the movie Sinners. Wow. Yeah, so that should tell you where they were going with it initially, right? But they didn't really have, and I think that that's what's going on with Blade, right? I figured that I don't think that they're scrapping a solo Blade movie altogether. It's just like right now we're not going to do that. We're not going to commit to doing that. We're just going to start putting them in movies, right? So we're more than likely going to see Blade in either Doomsday or Secret War, because everybody likes to speculate on, why isn't this character in Doomsday? It's like someone kind of needs to be recruited to save these characters from in the second half of the saga.
I just don't get, because we have Moon Knight,
right?
And Moon Knight, he and Blade are like, they work a lot together in the books. Why the hell, that could have been an easy in for Blade. We even had at the end of Eternals, we had Blade's voice. We had, he recorded, he was talking. Sure, he was off camera, but that was Blade.
Yeah.
Could have done something there.
No, and that's what
I just
I'm saying.
don't understand. Do you want me to do it? Like Marvel, if you're listening, I'll do it. I'll have a story in your desk by tomorrow morning. I mean, Jesus.
Well, the thing with that whole time period is obviously they had no direction. They were just doing too much. So, and now they're just trying to wrap up what they, the shit that they've done so that they can now continue with new stories. So the obvious thing to do is to move forward with something like Midnight Suns, where people don't necessarily know Midnight Suns like that. They know all the characters, so there's enough there to get hyped up about. Right. So, and folks like you who have read the comics are amped up about it, and folks who have not read the comics know that, there's a movie that's going to have Blade and Ghost Rider and Moon Knight, and Moon Knight, and all of these people. Holy shit! And that was one of the rumors months ago. Is that Marvel was secretly looking to cast Ghost Rider. They were heavily looking into casting a new Ghost Rider. We haven't heard anything about any of that casting. But
the question is though, which Ghost Rider? Yeah, then in Midnight Suns the game, it was Robbie Reyes, who's a lot of Latino representation right there for Robbie.
Sure.
That could be huge. Danny Ketch, I think, is kind of boring. Sorry for any Danny Ketch fans. But then you've got your original Nicolas Cage already played him in Johnny Blaze. Yeah. So, I mean, you could just bring back the original.
Some people want that. I don't want Nick Cage.
No, I mean,
I thought
someone
that was
else.
A terrible Ghost Rider.
He wasn't good. He was not good. Yes. I mean, I would like the character Johnny Blaze to come back, not necessarily Nicolas Cage. But I think that
Robbie Reyes was done. Also, I believe he was in
that show. Yes, he was in that. That is correct, and he was the one who drove the car. Mm-hmm. He didn't have the motorcycle like Johnny Blaze and Danny Ketch have the motorcycles. Robbie's got his souped up muscle car that he rides, and I mean, he's badass. Like
Yeah.
he's what's great about his character's dichotomy is he shits on himself when he's like in his human form,
Mhm.
but then when he's like Ghost Rider, he's like beef, like
Okay.
which I love. And he's got like a little brother in a wheelchair,
You heard
and
it
that's
this way.
why
He
he's
loves the beef.
you had to go there. You had to do that. Oh my goodness.
You see how sensual his voice got? Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway,
this is a family
no.
show.
no, I agree with you. I think they probably will go that route. If they did go the Johnny, I mean, I like the rumors before of Keanu Reeves playing him.
Oh my gosh.
That would be great. Especially, and it would be fitting if I mean, but not because he's not Latino, so no, it would not be. But that would be awesome if he was.
Right.
If he was Ghost Rider. I highly doubt it. I think Keanu Reeves is going to start slowing down a little bit on his roles.
Yeah.
As far as
Well,
Yeah.
I know he's like interested in Marvel. I know
He is,
said
yeah.
that. And I would love there's so many different characters he could possibly play.
sure.
It would be awesome.
But I also wouldn't be mad if they gave it to someone new, a rising star, someone we don't really know
Right.
like that. You know, I was gonna say, what's his name? The Ramos kid. He would. What's his name? From Hamilton. He's been in a lot not lately, but he was in Ironheart. So
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he's Red Hood, or not Red Hood. He's goodness gracious me, the Hood.
yeah,
Wow. I always do that. But yeah, he plays the Hood.
yeah.
And then we got that wild ending of Ironheart,
Mhm.
which I didn't guess, but I mean, that was incredible. And I'm hoping to see more there. And that would be, let's bring it back, everyone. Let's go ahead and bring it back together.
Mhm.
Okay. Mephisto, Midnight Suns. Mephisto has been a large part of the Midnight Suns
Yeah.
as a an antagonist
Yep.
for them. So that
Yep.
would be wild to see Sacha Baron Cohen come back with the Hood and be fighting against the Midnight Suns. That would be you know what? We just wrote a movie.
Look at that.
You got it, Marvel. You heard it here, okay? Give us a call. We're not doing anything.
Yeah, we're not doing anything, and if we are doing something, if we receive that call, we won't be doing anything.
I will drop everything.
we would drop
I'll be
everything
in
that we're
Hollywood
doing.
tomorrow.
Yeah. So, but no, I mean, that is it's a very interesting thing for them to do the Midnight Suns. I mean, we're still going to get Mahershala Ali as Blade.
I
And
hope
they've said
so.
that he's enthusiastic.
He seems to be.
on moving forward. He just wants to fucking start.
And he's a great actor.
Yes.
I am hard pressed to find something where I said not good that he was
Well,
involved in.
the
really.
one thing is, like, it's been a long time since he was announced as Blade, and he's getting older, man. So they need to start fucking doing something like now. But a lot of people were also really hyped up for because they did show him as Blade in the Marvel Zombies.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
So they did use his likeness as Blade. But now that the timeline is going to be reset, though, anything can happen.
Absolutely anything. And that's the thing. I mean, people are like, what are they going to reset it again and change it? It's like, well, I mean, that's if you read the comic books, I mean, that's kind of how it goes.
What's that kid's name? Caleb.
Oh.
What is the? Oh, there we go.
Miles
McLaughlin.
Morales?
Yeah. So, what do you think of the rumor of Caleb being
I love
Miles
it.
Morales?
I love it because he's enthusiastic. He wants it.
Mm-hmm.
He
Did you see why they say that? Did you see like why those rumors started?
Why?
Well, one, he looks the part, right, and there's a little bit
of him doing flips and stuff.
yeah, like
Yeah, I watched those.
he randomly, now that he's over Stranger
Things,
Things, he's randomly learning gymnastics. Like
Randomly.
yeah, just
I randomly
flips.
learn gymnastics all the time.
He decided to take up gymnastics, and I'm talking about like flips and
Yeah, I
learning
watched
to
the
spin
video.
flips and like really like, and so everyone's asking like, what is this? What is this for? You know?
I think
So-
he's campaigning. I think he's definitely campaigning for the role. I like him for it. I think that it would lead to an amazing like story. I think Tom Holland is getting older, so I think it fits more
Sure.
with that story. I would love to see Miles Morales come on screen in live action, and I want to see him. I think it would be great. Miles took me a minute, but then when I started reading him and then I played the Spider-Man 2 game for PS5, I love the character and I want to see him in live action.
There's a lot of controversy too. People are saying because he's not half or he's not Hispanic. They're trying to say that they wanted someone with more Latin representation.
That's fair.
But
that's a fair argument.
I mean, it's a fair argument, but I mean, I don't think that we need that in every aspect, especially for like Miles Morales. Like for us Puerto Ricans, right? Like Miles, in my opinion, is a no sabo Puerto Rican, right? Where, you know, you may know one or two Spanish words because your mother is speaking it to you.
Right.
But in the end, like he's like he's a black kid.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, black kid. His dad is his influence. He's a black officer.
Yep.
So it's just and thank you, Leo. Leo says in Puerto Ricans are just tall Mexicans. So do I still have that? I think I still do.
That's a Davis.
Puerto Ricans are just tall Mexicans.
That's where that's from for those of you who don't.
Oh my
don't
God, Dave, we miss you.
But he's a no sabo Puerto Rican from the Bronx or whatever. And while I understand the representation, it's not like this is a character rooted in like if he was what was the character the Puerto Rican character that was in Daredevil.
White Tiger.
White Tiger. If it was like White Tiger, I would understand because that is like rooted in the heritage of the character.
Yeah.
And while yes, it's awesome that it is a part of Miles Morales, I don't think that it's an essential enough part to where we should be demanding that it be a Puerto Rican or a Hispanic or Latino.
I agree.
To where like Caleb can learn a few words to sound like he's half Puerto Rican,
right?
And he's responding to his mother. Like it's not out of his wheelhouse.
I don't think it is. I agree with you. I also get the argument for the representation. I get the argument.
I get it.
I think it's a fair argument. I just think that he even looks like Miles. It just fits. And if I see him, I'll be real happy. And we got Spider-Man Brand New Day. And I can't wait for that movie.
Can't wait for that.
And to John Bernthal as the Punisher is completely confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
In a recent interview, I don't know if you saw the recent interview. They were like, when we left you in Daredevil Born Again, that was one of the most violent sequences ever. And we're very well aware that Brand New Day is going to be PG-13.
Yep.
So, like, are we still going to get that same Punisher, or are we going to get some, like, watered-down Punisher? And he said, mixed with the hour-long special that the Punisher's getting on Disney Plus, you will go see Brand New Day and know that I could walk off one and into the other without missing any type of a beat, if that helps. Sure. And I love that response by John Bernthal.
I mean, let's see. Danny says, just to join into the conversation, he says, what made me fall in love with Miles Morales Spider-Man was the opening of the game when he was wearing Tim's and got home to his mom frying plátanos. Yeah, right. And same, bro. And
That's fair.
that's what I'm saying. Like, but at the end of the day, like everything that he did, because even the actor who plays him in Into the Spider-Verse
Right.
is a black man. And we didn't skip a beat
No.
with his response to his mother,
Right.
because in the end, like, it works, right?
It
so if
does.
he looks the part, it works. So I'm into that. What was because I lost contact.
No, it's okay.
What were you saying just before that?
I don't remember.
That's why we don't drink, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I don't remember. Oh my god, what were we saying? Oh, John Bernthal.
John Bernthal.
And the
Okay,
Punisher.
So the good thing about John Bernthal and that, I don't think that they need to stray too far on that. I don't think that the story will be centered around Punisher
no.
all that much. Like the rumors that I've heard, I think are going to be, I can kind of already see like his involvement in that, right? Spider-Man, Punisher need to stop the Hulk because he's damaging the city. And
Right.
So it's like a few scenes with him like helping him out just to kind of merge the bigger world with the smaller TV world, because they really didn't do that in the past. They're gonna accomplish that.
Right. And have we could hear Webhead in live action.
Yeah.
Come
on, Webhead.
Like I hope so. And I really want to see my man. Oh, I gotta do this like this. Daredevil in Brand New Day as well. If I see Daredevil and Spider-Man swing through the city, you will see a grown man cry in the movie theater.
Sure.
And I just feel like I need that. If Punisher's going to be there, Daredevil should absolutely be there with Spider-Man. They've already said that they're pulling the Spider-Man back to street level.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's really, really important, and I think Punisher be it like after a firefight, just be like, Webhead, Red,
Yeah.
you guys okay? Like coming out of like whatever fucking fight they were in. Like, I want that so bad.
Well, now we definitely are. I think we're getting that. That's Danny said that too. We're getting that.
I hope so.
My question now is, what about Sadie Sink? How does her character fit in all that? Because they said this is not going to be a multiversal movie. She's been confirmed to be in this movie.
Yes.
And the rumor is that she is playing Jean Grey's daughter.
I don't know about all that. One thing Sadie Sink said recently in an interview is, I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but people's hair color can change.
Yeah.
Maybe
you think they're gonna do the Gwen Stacy thing, like, because that was rumored for a while.
Or even Felicia.
Oh, that's true.
She could. I mean, I could see her playing Felicia, Black Cat for the uninitiated.
Mm-hmm.
I could definitely see her playing Black Cat. I mean, I could see her being. I don't know. I think she's very versatile. I think she's a very talented young actress.
I think I said that last time. I think her career is going to be a lot brighter than Millie Bobby Brown's.
I agree. I think Millie Bobby Brown, although is a great actress, I think she will plateau. And I think Sadie Sink will end up being a future Oscar winner. I'm just going to say, no offense to Millie and Millie fans.
I'll stop being so politically correct.
But the thing is she goes out, she does her job. It is hard work. And, I'm not going to shit on her.
No, she does a good job. I think that she's focused a lot more on her. This is the reason why I'm saying it's not because of her actual ability, but she's like selling her clothes. You know, she's utilizing her star power in other ways than in her films.
Fair.
So in my opinion, I think that her head is not in that game as much as like someone like Sadie Sink.
Right. Who I think she is, what was that film? She was with Brendan Fraser, The Whale.
Yeah, The Whale. Yeah.
And then between that and Stranger Things, I think that she's an artist.
Mhm.
And I hope to see her in more things. Honestly, my fan cast for Sadie Sink, Sadie, if you're listening, is I would love to see her as Batgirl.
Oh, that'll be cool.
I would
Yeah, she has the hair.
absolutely love
She has
that.
the hair. She has the chops. That'll be dope.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, because she has really good. She has a bunch of good movies that she's in. And her movie selections, they're not like she's not just like accepting anything.
No, she's
So-
not
so
a
that's-
toddler
yeah.
waving a handgun. She is like she's picking real movies.
Sure. Let's see. What else do we have? So I do look forward to Spider-Man. It's almost like I always forget, and then I'm happy that I remember.
Right.
Like, oh shit, we're getting that.
Oh, I can't wait.
Another rumor that is going around is that Tatiana Maslany has reportedly left Marvel and will no longer be playing She-Hulk. She denied the rumors that saying that she walked out of, that she never had that conversation. But there's a lot of back talk on that and some talk on who's going to be replacing her, should that be. But
I think that that's a shame. I think she did great in
I
that
think she did
show.
well, yeah.
I liked that show. I liked her as She-Hulk. I feel like I don't know what her deal was, but something about her seemingly, and again, I go back to what I said about Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. I've never met this person.
sure.
So like I can't be like, oh yeah, I know what I'm talking about. But I don't know, something about her, it felt like she didn't mesh right with Marvel. And I mean the woman herself. I mean Tatiana herself. Something about her personality or whatever that just didn't seem to mesh with that world, which is unfortunate because I thought she was a great She-Hulk and I was looking forward to seeing more of her. I think she's a great actress. I think it would have been fine. But like I don't know, something about her like didn't seem to like really mesh with the whole Marvel universe, like her,
Yeah.
the actress. I don't know. I can't put my finger on what it is.
Sure.
I don't know. I could be completely wrong.
No, I get that. I think again, I don't really, obviously I don't know her, but I'm just saying I don't know too much of, like, I haven't read too much on her explaining her experience with Marvel or anything.
Right, right.
But I'm thinking it's just the backlash that came with it was a lot.
But I guess I don't, what was the big backlash?
I mean, it was just, it's a female-led show, so that already has
God.
that's. I'm just saying, like, I'm not. This is just me spitballing.
Can I just say, if you listen to me, everyone that's watching this, if you are angry about a female-led show, okay, it's okay that you like might, maybe you're not confident in yourself as a man, and that's okay. There are
We should have
go to
more men
therapy.
playing She-Hulk.
Right. Or the people I heard that said that, oh my God, every character has to be a girl now when She-Hulk was created in like the 70s.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's always going to be, those people are always going to exist. But I'm thinking
I wish
just
they
in
didn't.
general, because of just when the show came out, like, there was a lot of chatter, there was a lot of negative talk around Marvel in general.
Right. At the time.
And the stuff that they were putting out at that time, there was a lot of just, it was cool to be negative about what came out. So
right.
regardless of how well she did, regardless of the fact that it was like her character was comic book accurate,
Oh
and it
yeah.
was played well, right?
It was fun. It was a fun show.
Yeah, the tone of it, I've had the conversation with multiple people, is just like, you know what, like, it was a fine show, like, it was a good show, but we're not the audience. Like, if you didn't like it, you're not the audience.
Right.
Like,
You don't have to like everything.
right. I understand you not liking what's her name? Megan Thee Stallion being there and them twerking, right? But to the intended audience, they love that.
Right. It didn't bother me so much.
So I get that, but I'm thinking, like, just to circle back to that, the loud majority of folks that, you know, and they show up for in the Star Wars world too, right? For all
Star
of
Wars fans are the worst.
yes, they are.
And I'm one of them.
So, but I'm just saying, when people don't like something, it's like you could think it's fine, but because you're being fed a lot of negative people shitting on the show, you're going to join in on that. And it just becomes like really loud noise that is not indicative of what actually was released.
Right.
But when that product is you are that person, that can be very loud if you're not used to that. Right.
Right.
And
you're not used to that negative attention.
to your ego, to your pride, you know, to your self-esteem.
I could see that.
You know, so I think that might have played a little part in that. Maybe she was just upset that she wasn't being used for the next, you know, 2 big movies that are going to be major blockbusters, you know. So
right, which I think is a waste. I mean, she should be there with her cousin Hulk. They fought together countless times.
Mm-hmm.
There's precedent for it. None of it. I mean,
or at least if the rumors are true and he's hulking out in New York City, then she should be a part of the team that helps bring him down.
Right. I agree.
So it could be done, and maybe she is. We don't know.
I don't have any idea.
But yeah, it's a shame because she did that well. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes, because I really want to know. You mentioned Star Wars.
I did mention Star Wars.
So let's talk about the confirmation now. Like we already know that Dave Filoni is now taking over Lucasfilm along with Lin-Wen Brennan, who he's going to be the creative side. She's going to be the money
executive side.
Yeah, the executive side of things. And there, at the time when I wrote this down, it was rumored that Kathleen Kennedy was going to step down, but she has since
it's confirmed.
Down. Yeah. So, yeah, your thoughts.
Well, first of all, Dave Filoni is the heir apparent to George Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
He went to meet with George Lucas to learn about Star Wars due to the cartoon show, The Clone Wars. Dave Filoni created Ahsoka. That's his like baby.
Sure.
He created her like out of nothing. And now she's a huge part of Star Wars. Dave Filoni not only understands Star Wars, but loves Star Wars. Now, there's a lot of good things we had come out with Kathleen Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been around Lucasfilm for God, how long?
Well, she's just been around Hollywood in general.
Right. But specifically like Lucasfilm, like she has her name credited to some of the original Indiana Jones movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's
The Goonies.
I mean, she's attached to a lot of amazing films.
To the Future.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so again, with that, like I never disliked her.
Sure.
But I always thought it should have been Filoni because he gets Star Wars.
So here's the thing, and here's the, because yes, I'm right there with you. Like someone who loves the core of what Star Wars needs to be in charge of creativity. But then you have the argument of he's only been a part of the animated stuff. Like he did some episodes of The Mandalorian,
and the Ahsoka show was 100%.
But he has not done movies.
No, he has not done movies. But except for The Mandalorian and Grogu, which is coming out, which he helped write.
Correct.
No, I agree.
So a lot of people are feeling like because he hasn't done movies, like what does that mean for like the movie side of things? Because in its essence, right? Like we got the first Star Wars films, which first movie was very limited. Like they did what they could. Obviously, it won over a lot of people.
The Force Awakens,
but then no, I'm talking about the originals.
The original trilogy. Yes, Change the World.
Yes, Change the World. But then it quickly turned into action-packed movies, with the politics and everything kind of sprinkled in. Like you got that.
Right.
Then we got the political-driven prequels, right?
Mhm.
Like it was heavily into that world.
Right.
So what people don't know is like where he's gonna go with that.
Right. And I think that he has the ability to go anywhere. That's
Sure.
what I personally think. The thing that bothers me about Star Wars fans, I don't know if you heard about this controversy, is that all the stuff came out that he shit on the show Andor, which if you haven't watched Andor, it's one of the best things Star Wars has put out in a long time.
Correct. And that's the biggest thing.
Very relevant.
I'll let you finish your thought on that, but I just wanted to sprinkle in there that's where they praise Kathleen Kennedy, because she allowed people to create things like that aren't necessary. It's like a view of Star Wars that's normally outside of what the actual core of what Star Wars is.
Right.
But we enjoy it. We enjoy that look.
Yes, it was a piece of super thick chocolate cake in terms of like the content. It was a political thriller about how an empire takes over a democracy, how democracy falls into fascism, and it's very relevant to today.
Right.
Depictions of a genocide, depictions of government propaganda. It was beautiful and it was wonderful. And all these stories came out that Dave Filoni hated it and didn't like it and didn't want to see more of this stuff. This is where I hate Star Wars fans, because people took this and fucking ran with it.
Yeah.
I mean, they sprinted with it. And I'm sitting there going, I kind of remember an interview that makes all this untrue. Sure enough, 2 days later, this interview that I remember is going everywhere, where Dave Filoni is on camera praising Andor and stating that the best part about Star Wars is we can have all of these different stories within Star Wars. We can have Ahsoka. We can have, he said, the amazing work they did with Andor. We could have, all this different with with all this different stuff. And it's just like, you guys literally didn't look into this at all. You got rage baited into something that doesn't exist. And it's so annoying because it really pisses on what Star Wars is. And Star Wars is for everybody.
Sure.
It's like a restaurant with a very large menu, but you don't have to like everything on the menu. Order what you like, eat what you like, because that's what Star Wars is.
And then we could just come back to the times in general, because like and circle back again to what I was saying earlier is I try not to get myself caught up in that, because the internet is a majority bots. It's very rarely do you, and some people are going to regurgitate the shit that they've seen. It's been frustrating because I've literally seen posts not related to Star Wars, but where, let's say, people are now posting like certain websites that aren't credible at all. And then my shout out to the Nerd Bros. But like I was having a conversation with my brothers on, damn, I just lost my train of thought. I have a conversation with them on, anyway, I think what I was trying to get to is the fact that there's a lot of misinformation out there.
Oh my God, so much.
There are articles now. That's what I'm saying. Credible sources. That's where I was going.
Right.
Caught myself. You know, they will say something or they'll send something to our group chat, and I'm just like, well, where's that source? What's the source for it? And then they always like, oh, it's always looking for. It's like, because that's important, because I don't know who the fuck just wrote this, right? So now you're getting these people, especially it's terrible. It's happening everywhere, but it's terrible on Facebook for sure.
Oh my God.
Where you'll see a post and they're just like, you know, for instance, Sylvester Stallone confirms that Demolition Man 2 is happening. Right. So then my instinct, whenever I see anything, right, because I want to take everything with a grain of salt, let me do a quick Google search.
That's all it takes,
right,
everyone.
And then, so the only things that I can find is, yeah, he mentioned this in 2020.
Right.
You know, in an interview in 2020, he mentioned, that's happening.
That's
and
the
then
thing.
we haven't seen anything about it, but here we are in 2026.
Right.
And there's an article that now has this headline.
Right.
So, and I say all of that just to say, like, people usually like just do these, like somebody will just say it just to get, because they know it will get clicks.
Right. And that's
right. And then people run with it.
No, you're exactly right.
So you have to like to save yourself from a heart attack. You have to take that shit with a grain of salt.
You have to. And that's why I'm telling you, I'm not on Facebook anymore. And I feel lighter.
Yeah. I need to get rid of Facebook. It drives me nuts.
It's a poison.
It drives me nuts. But no, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I've always said, like, the whole Kathleen Kennedy thing, I think a lot of good has come from Star Wars. A lot of bad has come in Star Wars under her. But you're not going to fucking, you know, you're just not going to strike 100%. You're not going to hit 100% of the time.
No, you're not.
But, and I think the biggest stain that they have is that latest trilogy.
Well, and I've said this before. I think my brother said this to me, which I love, is the prequel trilogy is the best trilogy with 3 shitty movies. The sequel trilogy is the worst trilogy with 3 great movies.
Mm-hmm.
And the original trilogy, we don't talk about the original trilogy.
Yeah.
And I always thought, like, wow, that makes the most sense to me. Like, the prequel movies weren't really that great, but as a trilogy, wow. Yeah. Like, the cohesiveness, the follow through of the characters, the storylines, fantastic. The movies were pretty much just green screen jerk off fests, which you could tell at times, and it made a lot of the acting really cardboard.
Sure.
The sequel trilogy went back to practical effects. You could feel that. You could sense that. There was a legitimacy to the making of those films, and they were beautiful. And if you didn't like The Last Jedi, I'm sorry, but I'm better than you. The Last Jedi was a piece of artwork. Gorgeous, stunning. And the only thing Luke could have done with the setup he was given.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Now, as far as cohesiveness of a trilogy,
terrible.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Jesus criminy. They should have like left J.J. Abrams to do all 3 films, or I don't know, like choose a director to do all of them. I thought The Force Awakens was great. I thought The Last Jedi was a gorgeous movie. I have nuanced thoughts, but overall I liked it. And then The Rise of Skywalker was just so like hit or miss. Like, oh man, I love this scene, but this scene, I don't get it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like and there was no cohesive. The movies were great, but they weren't. It didn't feel cohesive at any time.
Right.
And I just didn't like that. And I think that got disjointed for a lot of people. But I also think, back to a point you made previously, a lot of people on the internet like to complain.
Yeah. Oh, it's the worst. So, you know, with all that, I think the only thing I'm really looking forward to is that, okay, so now there's just going to be a change, right? We have someone who, whether Kathleen Kennedy, like your thoughts on that, maybe she does love Star Wars. I don't think she loves Star Wars the way that Filoni does.
I agree.
You know,
100%.
So
That's just a fact.
Yeah, that's just a fact. The downsides to this is the fact that he has no experience or very little experience with making hit movies to be calling those shots. I think that he will be more, and this could be good or bad, but he's going to be more reluctant to experiment with things, which resulted in like an Andor.
Right. Well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, Ahsoka was a risk.
Sure.
And that ended up paying off dividends.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, she was written to pretty much show us what would have happened to Anakin had he never fallen to the dark side. That's Ahsoka. That's what Ahsoka was written to be. You're never going to see what would have happened to Anakin because he became Darth Vader. So they gave him an apprentice, a young girl, and she is what he was supposed to be had he had not become Darth Vader. Like, he would have left the Jedi Order. He would have pursued a life outside of it, just like Ahsoka did. Ahsoka's a Ronin, you know, a warrior without a master.
So, I mean, and I'm hopeful for it. I think it's a good thing. I was extremely happy with what he did with The Mandalorian, and it was obviously that was a great decision to have him and Jon Favreau, because Favreau obviously also really loves Star Wars at its core, and that really showed with a show like The Mandalorian, which no one had any expectation of. Right. Everybody's like, what is this? Just a random like, you know, we knew what the Mandalorians were just because of Boba Fett. And, you know, we got the information he's from Mandalore. Mm-hmm. And now we're just continuing the story of a different character. And man, was that in itself like something spectacular that we all witnessed. Now, back to the whole Luke Skywalker thing. While I do agree with you, like it's yes, the sequel trilogy, they all looked amazing. They were great one-off movies. The trilogy, terrible. I do not like the way that Luke Skywalker ended up. I thought that was very shitty, the way that they wrote like how he's just like this jaded Jedi hiding out, especially after, The Mandalorian, when that was the biggest thing, where they made him look like such a fucking badass when he comes to grab Grogu. And
I'll explain.
No, I'm sure you will. But still, like, I just felt like, and I know that there's a lot of background stuff and there's books and but they sort of, but they ignore that stuff. But please, yes, change my mind on this.
So seeing him in The Mandalorian only added more, I felt, to his portrayal in The Last Jedi, because you saw when we were seeing Luke go through those dark troopers like ribbons, like just cutting through them like they were nothing. We're seeing the height of his power. Mm-hmm. He was the most powerful at this point in all of his Jedidom. Mm-hmm. It was the most powerful. So it added to his fall from grace. Luke had realized time and time again that violence begets violence, and the Jedi pretty much incite challenge from evil.
Okay.
And so he felt the only way to stop the cycle of violence is to no longer participate. Because if he doesn't participate whatsoever, then he cannot continue to feed the cycle, right? But what he needed to realize was that he needed to be a symbol. And the only way you can do that is by being a nonviolent symbol. So if you remember when he what did he do? He to see Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
He pushed his self out there, right? He never touched lightsabers to Kylo Ren. He dodged the entire time, and he used himself as a symbol for those to rally around without ever using a single lightsaber strike.
Mhm.
In essence, giving Kylo Ren the big middle finger, never giving him the battle that he so yearned for so badly, and using his last ounce of strength to be more than himself, to be a symbol to kind of ignite this resistance, if you will, because there was nothing else he could do but do that to stop the cycle of violence.
Sure. Okay.
But I don't know. That's my opinion.
Guys, we are now ending the casual nerds because a nerd has spoken and he has given all that he could to help out this nerdy ass conversation.
Right.
By going absolute nerd.
Yes. And for that, I need to keep drinking.
Yeah. What are you drinking by chance?
I got a bottle of the Francis Coppola Diamond Collection because this show, we're typically talking about movies. Saw this on the shelf and was like, yeah, I'm
so
gonna
he
drink
decided, he's like, you know what? We're talking about movies. I'm going to grab the Francis Coppola bottle of wine.
Why not?
And that's why we love Rocco.
That's why I'm here.
No, that great point. I guess I have to look at it at a different lens when it comes to Luke. I was one of the ones I'm just like, Luke has always been like, we went through it and we're just like, oh my God, like he's gonna be the one, he's gonna be like the best of the best in the universe. That's what we were all set up for, to then just die this jaded fucking Jedi that decided to be a hermit. And and it was just like, man, what the fuck?
But then where was he? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, why would it, like, for me, the story, if Rey went there and he's like, I'm gonna train you, we're gonna save the galaxy.
Sure.
Where were you when Han was murdered?
Sure.
Where were you when Kylo Ren took over?
Yeah.
Where were you when the galaxy went to absolute shit? There's an only way to resolve that movie is to say that he went in hiding to try and stop the circle of violence.
Sure.
Only for him to realize through Rey that whether or not he's involved, the cycle of violence will always continue. And the only way to battle that is by giving hope to those that have none. And he did that by showing up and pretty much being like, as he died into the sunset.
Yeah.
And never giving Kylo the satisfaction of striking him ever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just my thoughts.
That's cool. Either way, with all of this, I'm looking forward to some new Star Wars under Filoni.
Absolutely.
I think that this is going to be, Starfighter but that's not going to be, is that under Filoni? Is Filoni attached to that by any chance?
I mean,
he's still Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah, it's still Kathleen Kennedy. They just finished shooting too, by the way. So that's going to be, I mean, seeing Gosling as a cocky X-Wing pilot, like I'm hoping for like a Top Gun in Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, and if that doesn't, tickle your fancy, Sean Levy shared that Tom Cruise was behind the camera on that, which who the fuck knows?
Right.
Like, but they're doing their best to hype this up. I like the fact that this is, this is outside of the normal stuff that we've seen in Star Wars, and I like when they venture out of the normal stuff that we're used to when it comes to Star Wars. So I'm really hyped for that. The little tidbit that they did say, like, everybody's like, oh yeah, Tom Cruise. But what I did like is the fact that he said, oh yeah, there was a scene where Tom came to the set, Steven Spielberg had come to the set, and then Tom came to the set and was actually like jumped behind the camera to take a look, and and like that, and it happened. And he mentioned that this was in an awesome lightsaber scene.
Oh wow!
So yeah,
wow.
That's the part where I was like, oh, there's a lightsaber scene in this, because we didn't get a lot of that, and we didn't get any of that in like Andor or anything like that. So
right. Well, Andor tried hard to stay away from all of that to kind of tell a very specific story.
yeah,
I'm very curious about Starfighter because of the time period and who would have a lightsaber. And like, I believe the time period Rey would be like a full-fledged Jedi. I'm not sure if she's a master at this point or not. But that would be crazy. Like, I think I would like to see them do Daisy Ridley like right.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see her like more in the badassdom, if you will,
Sure.
than what they gave us in that sequel trilogy. I think that they could really do right by the Rey character.
Okay. I would love to see that too, because a lot of people don't give her enough credit for those movies.
They don't, and they should. I mean, it's certainly not her fault.
Yeah, they're upset that she's still tied to a movie that they're going to be doing, because they're bringing Rey back for some other movie, right?
It's supposed to be some kind of trilogy where she's a Jedi Master in charge of an actual academy.
Nice,
but we'll see.
That sounds good. Danny says, I want to see Star Wars Goodfellas, a small crew whose loyalty gets tested when they start giving out stiffer penalties for possession, trafficking, and spice.
I would watch that. I would absolutely watch that.
Yeah, I would.
You'd have to have some huts there, and that would be, bring back Jeremy Allen White, who's playing. Did you see here? You know about that, right? From he's playing one of the huts.
Jabba's
son. Yeah. That's gonna be crazy to see in The Mandalorian. I can't freaking wait to see that.
Yeah, I can't wait for The Mandalorian. That's because that's supposed to be rounding out all of the stories, right?
Yep, it's gonna be the ending of all of those stories.
Okay, all right, yeah. So I can't wait for that either. I think we did it, man.
You think we did it?
I think Did
we do it?
I think we did it, man. We've been going for an hour and a half.
Oh man, we did it.
Yeah,
we did it.
We survived without Johnny.
Man, yeah, I love when I come here and Johnny's like, you know what? I'm all set. He knew I was coming, and he's like, I think I'm good.
Yep. So
thanks, Johnny. Appreciate it.
Danny confirmed. Y'all did that.
Yep, we did it. We did it.
We did it.
Thank you, everyone.
Rocco, thank you for coming through, bro.
Glad to fucking be here, man.
Yeah.
I love to talk this shit because I say it at my wife as if she's like I'm ordering from a McDonald's drive-through.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I talk to her about this stuff, and then she just kind of leaves the room.
Yeah, that's how. Anytime I bring it up to my girl, she's just on her phone, just like, "Yep, yep."
Well, that's crazy.
I don't give a shit.
No, they don't care.
Yeah, no, they don't care. It's like, who directed this movie? No, and I don't give a shit. So no, thank you for joining me today.
Absolutely, man.
If not, turns out we wouldn't have had an episode. So I'm glad we pulled one together for the fans. Oh, there we go. We talked about it a little earlier, but Rocco, what are your thoughts on the Absolute Universe?
Have you been reading it? Before
Danny
I say anything,
would be the one
to be reading it.
To be reading it.
Are you? How about this? Are you caught up? That's the better question.
Are you gonna wait for him to respond?
Is it? I mean, it's yes or no. It's 3 fucking letters, and then enter. Not caught up.
Not caught
okay.
up. There we go.
All right. So I'll give this. When I first heard that there was going to be a retelling of the Batman mythos, and I am a huge Batman fan. It's probably one of the comics I consistently read all the time, The Long Halloween being my favorite graphic novel of all time. I was like, I'm not going to read this. They're retelling Batman. This is stupid. I don't want to have any part of this. And my guy was like, dude, Scott Snyder, you got to give it a try. I'm telling you, you got to read this. I read number 1 and I immediately bought the entire subscription. Absolute Batman was something I never knew I needed. I never knew I would like. In fact, I really thought I wasn't going to like it. But it is brutal. It is visceral. They couldn't have retold the story any better way. I'm floored that I enjoy it this much because of how much I love Batman. I didn't think a retelling was necessary, and I still don't think it's necessary, but I adore it. I adore every page, and they just did their first offshoot called Arc M, where they do like an absolute version of where Arkham came from, the asylum itself. And it was such a great little one shot. Highly suggest it. And get all the rest of the books. So that's my 2 cents. If you're not reading Absolute Batman and you read comics and you like Batman, fucking read it. Like stop what you're doing right now. Put this on pause and go buy yourself a copy of it.
How gory is it?
Oh, it's rough. It's pretty. I don't know about gore.
No. The reason why I say it is because just it hadn't
not for kids
dawned on me, but I think I do want to bring I want to introduce my kid to actual comics because he's been getting into like the manga stuff and he likes certain things. So I'm thinking our nightly routine should probably be a comic.
Yeah, that would be great. My son and I, that's our nightly thing. And I suggested, I don't know if I would suggest Absolute Batman. How old's your son?
He's 9.
Maybe World's Finest.
Sure.
Which is Batman Superman.
Send me a list.
All right.
Send me a list of the things you think I would like and the things that my kid would like. Sorry, I'm making you make a list.
No, that's okay. I love doing it.
Danny says, I was already sold, but I'm even more sold now. Couldn't agree anymore.
Yes, and they just started the retelling of Joker and Absolute Joker. So
that one I'm interested in. I want to,
you get caught up, get the books. I promise you, I have Absolute Batman number 1 first printing out for grading right now, and I'm waiting to find out my grade.
Nice.
So anyway.
All right. So there you are. You heard it from the cock's mouth.
The cock's mouth? The fuck is a cock's mouth?
I don't know, but that's you.
I apparently am a cock's mouth. Okay. I'll take it.
No, buddy, thank you for joining me.
Dude, absolutely.
Yeah, let's
play it out.
Guys, thank you for joining this week on the episode. As always, thank you, Danny and Leo, for joining me every single week and joining in on this conversation. Because they always help me, move the conversation along and ask some questions that, that I normally probably wouldn't even ask. But no, if you enjoyed this or someone who would enjoy this, remember to have them tune in on YouTube. Or wherever you listen to podcasts. Every Thursday we drop the episode. Every Tuesday or every other Tuesday we go live at about 9:30 on a Tuesday night, 9:30 EST. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to have people blah blah blah, rate, review, subscribe, blah blah blah. See you in 2 weeks.